Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. Oh? I hate to break it to you, Oliver, but it's probably not going to be this easy for anyone else. Just be grateful that I'm not the type of man to get too bogged down by this crap in the first place. Can't say the others would be so cool about it, though. Ashton hooks his arm around my neck and gives me a firm hug. But I know you'll figure it out. Just keep it real. Remember what's real. You do remember, right? Thanks for letting me be part of all this. Stay cool, you fucking wimp. Yeah, goodbye, Ash. Thank you. Thank you so much. Goodbye, Oliver. Oh, and tell Violet I said goodbye too, okay? Okay. Okay, will do. And make sure to remind her there's going to be another launch tonight. Should be around 6:45, I think. Pick somewhere soft to watch it with her this time. Alright. Can a rocket launching into the atmosphere cause an epileptic seizure? I would have never thought that would have been a possibility, but given the phrasing of that, is that a thing that can happen? I don't know. And with that, Ashton leaves, flinging the pillow he just bought over his shoulder and walking south towards his father's house. Journal, page 28. After saying goodbye to Ashton, I make my way over to the beach, hoping I'll find Violet there. Obviously. Judith called the house this morning while I was eating breakfast. Apparently, she wants me to make sure Violet's on board for our little scheme as soon as possible. When I asked her if she needed me to try and recruit Ash, Andy, and Emil, she said I shouldn't worry about it in the cloying tone she uses whenever she makes the morning announcements at school. I have no doubt that Miss President will be able to win over the rest of our group, so I guess it makes sense that all she needs me to do is talk to Violet. Still, I kind of wish more was expected of me. I guess we'll see how it goes. It didn't go well. I barely said anything on the ride over. I hadn't seen Violet since Saturday, and she was wearing that cute black thing around her neck with the frills. I thought she only wore that on Friday. I couldn't focus. It was like my brain forgot how she looks, and it had to recalibrate it or something. Miss Lawrence was making all kinds of weird insinuations on the ride over, too. Did you have fun at the party? Etc. Does she know what happened? Maybe I'm just reading into things. Regardless, it's freaking stressful. I didn't even get a chance to really talk with her after we got out of the car either. Ash practically dive-bombed us. I'll try again later after third period. We took the long way to our fourth period class, and I spilled the beans to Violet about our master plan. She agreed to it, but kept saying things like, "It's sad we have to," and "It sucks I won't be able to do this on my own," stuff like that. She kept fiddling with her helmet, too, and it made me nervous for some reason. I don't think she really wants our help, but when I told her I'd be willing to back off, she just grabbed my hand and started playing with it. Then she said something about how couples help each other, so it's probably fine. I asked her if we were a couple now. She said obviously. Holy shit. Sure enough, she's in her normal spot, painting something on one of her larger canvases. Hey there, Vi. Hey there, Olive Oil. I walk over and sit next to her in the sand. After a minute or two of painting, Violet reaches a stopping point and looks over at the ground. Oliver, you didn't have a big purple bruise on the side of your face last time I saw you. You got in some trouble recently, didn't you? Yes and no. Ashton punched me, but it's fine. We worked things out pretty quick. Weirdly quick, actually. He punched you? Christ on a cracker, why? We just had some disagreements about Midnight Guard, mostly, but we talked it out. And I think he's cool with me leaving now. Violet sighs as she places her paintbrush down in a cup of murky water. Okay, I'm gonna need a bit more context than that. Do you think you could elaborate on what you mean by disagreements? I spend the next 30 minutes or so telling her pretty much everything Ashton and I did today. Okay, they're still there. Violet listens, clearly over the moon, to have me talking normally to her again. I see then. So if he really forgave you that quickly, then it's likely what happened at the crab bucket was an extinction burst. An extinction burst? Wait, where have I heard that before? Miss Wilson's class. It's also like a Final Fantasy type thing. I play JRPGs. She taught us about it last year, remember? It's a period of time when a problematic behavior gets really, really extreme, right before it gets better. They're more common in children, but for deeply rooted behaviors, extinction bursts can happen in adults too. You kept saying stuff Ashton didn't want to hear, so he needed to get you to stop talking in order to feel comfortable again. So he tried to solve his problem the only way he knew how. Violet rubs her forehead and sighs. Let me ask you this. You said Ash felt like he was regressing by threatening you, right? Yeah. He kept saying that he worked really hard to change who he was. I didn't like that I was making him act the way he did in high school. And this was right after he was done chasing you. Almost immediately. Right. And he didn't end up punching you a second time like he said he was going to either. Did he punch anything else afterward? Nope. All he did was buy himself that pillow, and then talk with me for a bit at the park. He didn't punch the pillow after he bought it. No. If anything, he spent most of our conversation hugging it. He was hugging it. And then we said goodbye. No bad blood whatsoever. That proves it then. Comfort. So much of the time, that's all any of this is ever about. Ashton probably didn't punch anything because there was no longer value in that behavior. It was no longer something that would bring him comfort or make him feel empowered. So I'm almost certain that it was an extinction burst. Is it ethical to be sizing up our friends like this, Vi? What are your guys' thoughts on the different limit breaks? I mean, obviously there's limit breaks in Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. But I really can't remember much in terms of limit breaks for the rest of the series. Was Final Fantasy 7 the first game that introduced the limit break? And why do I not remember limit breaks being a thing in the rest of in like 10 or 12 or 13? Were they? I don't really remember. Did Final Fantasy 10 and 12 have limit breaks? Is it better to ignore how they might be feeling after experiencing something so intense? It's not like I can ask Ash how he's really feeling anymore. An educated guess or two is about all I'm capable of at this point. Besides, that's all they are, guesses. I'm not foolhardy enough to assume my perspective on him is a definitive portrait of reality. Right, of course not. But the two of you are pretty lucky as far as conflicts between friends go. I think this is probably the best possible outcome. The best. Really. No. There's no way that's true. How come? Well, I spent a second or two putting my thoughts into words, because a longer-lasting friendship would have been way more helpful to him in the long run. Me ducking out of his life this early isn't exactly doing him any favors. I say this, and Violet moves in closer to me, speaking in a voice so quiet I can barely hear her over the sounds of the ocean behind us. You don't really believe that, do you? Olive, don't you know that sometimes a thing is more powerful in the moment right before it dies than it is at any other point in its life? Ashton was grateful for what you gave him in that moment, and so he gave you what you needed too. None of what you're going through right now is a disaster. It's a gift. He's giving you the chance to move on. So now another one of educated guesses of yours. What else could it be? We're all just clumsy artisans, trying our best to sculpt the vague stuff of ours into something coherent. Don't worry too much, Olive Oil. Out of all of us, Ashton is probably the best equipped to handle adulthood. Even if he's nervous about it, he's not going to let anything slow him down. He's just that kind of guy. The ground around us begins to lightly rumble. No way. Could it be? Could it really be? I know this feeling, a slow grumbling force mushrooming up from the south. Over there, Oliver. Look, look. Violet points down the beach and starts hopping in place. Sure enough, it's another rocket. That's weird. Isn't it a little too cloudy for a launch? Who cares? Look at it go. Look at it go, Oliver. Haha. There's not a thing on earth that can stop it now. As Violet's beloved construct of metal and flame shoots itself into the sky, her fervor fades into a silent wonder. Rockets, huh? You know, I really hate seeing these stupid things just go up like that, but I guess it's fine. It's fine as long as she can be herself again. No matter what I may be feeling right now. I shouldn't let it get in the way. Violet should be allowed to be happy, allowed to enjoy this moment. She should be allowed to be happy. That's the only thing that really matters to me right now. That's the only kind of justice I think she really needs. Besides, I'm plenty happy right now. It's more than enough just to be able to see her like this. I'm happy just to look at her. And then just like that, it's gone. Another lucky fool has freed themselves from Earth's heartless gravity. Wow, incredible. It's been so long, I completely forgot how amazing those were. Oh, I wonder if anybody else got to see it. I should call Judith and... Oh yeah, right. Hey, Oliver. I'm really proud of you and everything. But I don't know how the others are going to end up feeling about all of this. Feeling about what? Ashton letting you go, mostly. They may get kind of pissy once they hear about it. I think they'll have quite the bone to pick with you once they catch wind from him about what happened. Violet tells me this, and all of a sudden I remember something crucial. So, about that. Funny thing is, after we were done talking, Ash actually told me that he wanted to say goodbye to you as well. But that doesn't make any sense. I'm the one leaving town tonight. You aren't going anywhere, are you? I say this and Violet's eyes widen in shock. No, I'm not going anywhere, at least not intentionally. Ashton might be, though. Shit. It's already starting then? I thought you'd need more time. Wait, what time is it? Violet Fran reaches into a bag and pulls out her phone. She fumbles, dropping the phone once or twice in the sand before finally getting it open. Holy shit, it's already 7? That's not right, that can't be right. Violet? We've been talking too long here. We need to get you home, now. Violet stands up and violently jerks me towards her. Wait, what about your stuff? Leave it. It doesn't matter. It'll all be there in the morning anyway. Let's go. Why? Just trust me, dude. I mean... Look, I'll tell you more when we get home. Right now we need to run. Please.